Copies of this story have been pouring into the Tom Leykis Show because the decision in this case just came down. And so, in a sense, this is as close to breaking news as we usually get. And here it is from the website of WSB Television in Atlanta. Dateline, Hall County, Georgia. Holy schmagoli. A jury has awarded a Hall County woman $150,000 after she sued her former fiancé for calling their wedding off. Rosemary Schell sued her ex-fiancé, Wayne Gibbs, after he broke off their engagement in 2007. Schell argued her fiancé's promise of marital bliss amounted to a binding contract. Boys, are you listening to this? Seriously. Are you listening to this? She said she left a high-paying job in Florida to be with Gibbs. And she said she has suffered financial losses since their breakup. She also said, boo freaking who, that she has suffered emotionally. So what, you old turkey neck? Just my opinion. There's a photo of her in here. It says here, Gibbs testified. Now, there's two sides to every story, as you're going to see here. Oh, isn't that terrible? How could he leave her at the altar like that? What a cad. Yeah, listen to his side of the story. Gibbs testified that he had taken Schell on trips and had paid $30,000 of her debt, you idiot, while they were engaged. Dork. Now get this, he said, when he found out she had even more debt than she had revealed to him, he canceled the wedding by leaving Schell a note in their bathroom. By the way, these two, did they meet on the internet? Is this another one of those? Another one of those eHarmony.com success stories? Oh, yes. I'm here for true love and to pay off somebody's debts. Yes, he canceled the wedding by leaving a note in their bathroom. That's it, I'm out. Closing arguments were heard and the jury awarded Schell $150,000. Schell said people shouldn't be allowed to do that. And hopefully he'll think twice before he does it to someone else. $150,000. How much money does this guy have? Outrageous. So what do we learn from this? Yes, don't get engaged. Yes. Don't get married. Yes. Don't be giving women money. Don't be paying their debts, $30,000 in debt. Don't marry somebody who's got bad credit or lots of commitments. Yes. Now, seriously, shouldn't you be allowed to call off a wedding? I mean, marriage really is a business. You know, all those people who say, you're not romantic, Tom. How can you say marriage is a business? You're not romantic. If the guy, let's just say the guy fell out of love. Doesn't he have the right to say, that's it? You know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to get married. Who is that one with the googly eyes who ran off on the guy? The one with those Tony Robbins eyes who ran off, the runaway bride. How much did she have to pay for running off? How many women have ever had to pay when they decide they get cold feet at the end? Or I went home to my mother. How many women have actually paid? Doesn't this tell you that women see marriage as a business proposition? She said that his promise of getting married amounted to a binding contract. There's no romance in that, is there? And the court agreed. Do you think I'm crazy for feeling this way or what?
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Oh, yeah. It's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. We are talking about the jilted bride from Hall County, Georgia, who has been awarded $150,000 because her former fiancé broke off the engagement. You think that's fair? 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Josh on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Father. How you doing?
Doing okay, son.
Hey, man, this reminds me of a movie I just saw this last weekend called Love Stinks. This chick just started taking this guy to the ringer because he had money, and he didn't want to get married to her, so he's like, let's just go for a year and see how we're doing. And in a year, if I want it, we'll do it. If not, and in a year, he didn't want to do it, so she got a lawyer and started taking him for palimony and whatnot.
Yeah, well, guys need to be aware of this. I don't know how many times and how many ways I can say it.
Yeah, I just think every guy who thinks about getting married should watch that movie.
Exceptions to the rule are called exceptions to the rule because there's a rule.
Exactly.
The odds that you'll find one of the exceptions are so slim that you should just not get married, not make commitments, not let them move in, not get engaged to them. You can have sex with them, you can hang out with them, but they go to their home and you go to your home. No promises, nothing. And when they demand promises, you move on to the next victim. How many ways can I say it?
I've worked with too many people that their ex-wives are collecting their pension while they're still working.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Hey, Tom, can you take me out Lacey Peterson style?
It would be tasteless.
Emmer. Hey. Emmer. Emmer, Mitchell,
1-800-5800-TOM. I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing people say, you're not romantic, Tom. You are just not romantic. You don't understand love. You've never been loved, so you can't understand love. But you see how much of this is really business and not love when the marriage doesn't work out. Then you see what it really is. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Jordan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Jordan.
Might I say it's a great honor to talk to you.
You might.
I am saying. About this business, about marriage not being a business, it's absolutely ridiculous. Anybody who goes into it is a contract with another person, and that person has access to all your personal information, all your personal money. That's the biggest business commitment you can make. If you go into a partnership with somebody in a regular business, they might be able to ruin you financially in your business, but they're not going to take your private money. They're not going to take your house. If you marry a woman, she can do that.
That's exactly right.
It's absolutely amazing that people don't think that it's a business and they think it's, totally a romantic thing. Well, like you said, until things don't work out, then the woman thinks, oh, now it's a business. Now I have a chance to make some money. It's amazing.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. And now you see that judges, you had the guy a few weeks ago who was married to one woman and having an affair with another. He bought the other woman a condo. I don't know if you saw this story.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he didn't leave his wife and marry her, she sued him for palimony. Now get this, not only were they not married, they weren't living together.
That's amazing.
And now they say you don't even have to be living with someone for someone to make a palimony claim. You see, this is where these things go.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, you can't make any promises to women anymore. You can't do it.
And the thing is, she just has to say that you promised.
That's the other thing.
It's her word against yours. She just has to say, "Oh, he promised me this, that, and the other." And as it appears, the courts will probably rule in her favor.
Well, I promise women absolutely nothing. And, that's so they can't sell me their services.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing that a court would rule that way when it's simply, one person's word against the other.
This is the direction in which it's going. And all you moronic little boys out there who think you've met the exception to the rule, I'm telling you, this is where it's going. Women suing, you promised to marry me. That's a binding contract. I want money.
It's amazing.
That's where it's going.
Yeah. That guy probably would have been better off staying with her and just paying off her debt. Now, forked out $150,000. She paid her debt off somewhere or the other. Yeah, now he's got debt. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, I got to say, Tom, I love your show. I've only been listening to you for a couple months, and I agree with just about every single thing you say. At first, I was a little put off by some of the things you were saying, or the way you were saying them. It seems so harsh and crass, but you're absolutely telling the truth 100%. And I think, like many other people have said, you're doing a great service for young men and women out there. And telling them how it is and what to expect.
And hopefully they will pay attention.
Yeah. Will you blow me up, Tom?
I certainly will. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Anna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, I was just calling to give you my opinion on your topic. It is absurd how you make women to be such gold diggers when it works both ways.
How are men gold diggers?
Well, you have men out there who are out looking for either an older woman with money or just a woman who is making more money than they are.
Those are the exceptions to the rule, dear. And in fact, we know that's a fact because they keep saying that women only earn 72 cents for every dollar a man makes. So it's highly unlikely, if women only make 72% of what men make, that there are all these women out there with all that money and all these guys who make less who are all following them. It's rare.
Well, I mean, the way you're putting it out there is as if it's only women that are up after men's money.
No, it's primarily women. Are there exceptions to the rule? Does man buy dog every once in a while? Sure. But it's the exception to the rule. It's not the rule.
Well, like this guy that just called said, women will go after your house if you marry them and then divorce them. Well, that's absurd. Then you're obviously looking in the wrong places for women.
No, that's primarily what is there.
What kind of women are you looking for?
No, that is primarily what is out there. And by the way, I haven't had this problem. I still own my house.
You still own your house?
Yes.
And then you were one of the smart ones. Then,
that's right. I was one of the few smart ones because most of these morons don't get prenuptial agreements, and then they get screwed when they go to divorce court.
I'm not going to say that these women don't exist because they do, as well as men. But,
No, most of them are women. Don't you let women off the hook. Women are most of the people doing this, not men.
Well, I mean, come on, you got to be realistic. It goes both ways equally.
I know it doesn't go both ways equally. It just doesn't because women don't have as much money as men. The way women get money is from men.
Well, where are you getting your women from?
It's not my women. I've already told you I protected myself. Darling, you're not hearing me. I protect myself. I would not give a woman access to my bank. Don't talk to me about where I find my women. I put it this way. Doesn't matter where I find my women. They don't get my money. Do you understand?
Speaking to you.
Then don't say that.
These men that are calling and talking about how women are after their money, where are these men getting their women
from? The United States of America.
Obviously, they're going to maybe the border.
I tell the men to look in other countries. I tell, look at women from other countries and stop looking at American women. There she goes. She ran out of juice. She shot her wad. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Ray on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
First off, Tom, what can I say that every other caller hasn't said? And after saying that, I have to say, isn't this still America? I mean, oh my God. We can't tell these bras we love her no more. We can't tell these bras anything. If this guy can get sued from just not showing up at his wedding, come on now. These bras are out here to be used as properly as we possibly can, and that's just a nice way of saying nothing and going.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't already know this, wouldn't this case of the woman being awarded $150,000 because her former fiancé called off the wedding, wouldn't that prove to you that you should never make a commitment to a woman?
Never. Commit nothing but your rubber after you use it. Show that to her and laugh in her face. I don't believe this. And then you get the first dude, how sissified is that? I seen a movie about this, and you stayed and watched the whole thing. Oh, my goodness. And this girl swears that if her husband ever got caught cheating, she wouldn't try to get her little house that he got out in Van Nuys somewhere. Stop it with that. All of these American bras are all the same. And as soon as they come to America, they get Americanized very fast. It ain't even worth it no more. Take care of you and yours and leave everything else alone. Tom, you're doing a great job. I didn't even hear about that other thing, about the palimony. When did that ever come about?
That was a few weeks ago.
What do we do to get rid of this? This is...
Well, you need to sensitize your senator, your congressman, your assemblyman. You need to make sure that the people you vote for are aware of your position on these issues.
But you know the people that we... in no way, so it got to be something other than that. These people that we vote for sit in line face to get our votes, and then when they get into the office, they suspiciously forget about what they just promised everybody. So voting never really helped anything.
Well, the other way to solve the problem is never to make a commitment to a woman, ever.
Exactly. Tom for president, everybody. I'm going to listen.
Thank you, Ray.
Tom, take me out Lacey Peterson style with a Snoop Dogg at the end.
Okay, Ray, here you go.
Emmer. Hey. Emmer. Emmer, Mitchell,
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Oh, the Snoop Dogg. Biatch. Don't want to forget that. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how are you, sir?
I'm okay, Mark.
Outstanding. First off, I have my phone to my ear, and I have since July 1st, and I will continue to do so.
Are you saying you're getting us through your iPhone?
No. What I'm saying is I'm talking to you on my cell phone to my ear. You know, the California law.
Oh, yes. And you sound so much better than the other callers, too, I might tell you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But, hey, Tom, the reason I'm calling is this weekend. Let's just say I no longer have a girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend. But it started with an argument on Friday, and it got to the point of me shouting, right? Oh, well, that meant she's going to call the police, Tom. And she called the police on me. And, of course, the police came over and, blah, 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 gave me a big lecture and everything. And they left, and I told her, if you ever call the police again, expect something in return because that could seriously ruin my life. Am I right, Tom?
Well, it could ruin your life, but she wouldn't get a second chance after that.
True, Tom.
One call to 911, and they're done.
Exactly. Now, listen to this. So the next day she calls me, wants to talk some more, and I'm an idiot, and I go, okay, I'm going to go over there and talk, right? I will go over there and talk. Same darn thing happens. She calls the police come out, give me a lecture. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm never going to hit a woman in my life. Never have, never will. So I tell her, well, I told you not to play with fire. Now you played with fire, you're going to get burned. I then called, because she owns a store, and she sells illegal DVDs and CDs in that store. And I called the police. Yes, Tom. I don't know if I'm a bastard. I don't know what. I don't know if I
a bastard? Oh, I hope you are a bastard.
Well, yeah, okay, then I am, yes. And anyway, I called that. Now she's looking at a fine between $5,000 and $250,000 and 5 years in jail.
Very nice.
And I'm sitting here pretty, Tom. Checking out all the other girls out there, buddy. I'm just trying to line something up now, and I thought I had to share that with you because
I love it. You do not need a girlfriend, Mark.
I don't. I really, you know what, Tom, I got suckered into that one, too, because I was just looking, of course, to just, hook up and move on. And sure enough, I let the woman sucker me into it, and it just ends up like that all the time. You're right, Tom. And before that, I hadn't had a girlfriend for 5 years, just been, doing my thing.
And look, you were so happy, and then you had to tempt fate.
Exactly, Tom. Exactly. Anyway, you are right, my friend. I listen to you every afternoon. You helped me with women. I didn't have a father growing up. I appreciate your services.
Thank you for that, Mark. I appreciate the call. Yusuf on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
The ratings? Last I looked.
Hey, first of all, that guy just called. Whoever listens to you for female advice is an idiot.
Really? What do you know about that?
I know a lot, but...
Okay, son. Tell us what you know.
Now, I want to talk to you about your statistic. About
No. Tell us what you know.
What do you mean, what I know?
Well, you seem to think you know more than I do, so let's hear what it is you know.
You don't know anything. You're an idiot.
Well, how would you know? How would you know?
How would I know?
Yeah.
Oh,
what expertise do you have? What kind of expert are you, except some bratty little kid calling a radio program?
Some bratty little kid.
That's right.
Funny.
That's what you are.
I'm not an old, ugly
With
man.
absolutely
God.
no expertise. No, I'm not going to take it. You're not going to call in here and do that. I'm not going to let you do it.
Okay.
Not going to. You're not going to get me to step in the mud with you. It's not going to happen. If you've got facts, I'll listen. If you're calling up here to engage in a name-calling contest, don't bother with that. Plenty of other stations where you can do that. And they can use the phone calls, too. Try one of the sports stations. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's summer on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How's it going?
Pretty good, but you got to turn the radio off, Summer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to call and just say I love listening to your show. You're so enlightening, and the last guy is a total schmuck. I love it when stupid people call and try to put you in your place, and you are doing a wonderful service. I love listening to you. I listen to you every day on my way to school, and I love you. I think you're a great man.
Well, thank you, darling.
You're welcome. I'm kind of nervous. But this is cool. I just wanted to, I've been listening to you for a while. I've been trying to call, and this is my first time getting through. And I just wanted to say you are doing a great job.
Well, Summer, thank you for that. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Father.
Son, how are you?
Doing great. First time, long time.
Cool.
Tom, I am an avid Leykis 101 student, and since listening to your program, my philosophy is bet 'em, spread 'em, and forget 'em. Because I tell you, they give you no choice, Tommy. They give you no choice. I mean, you look at the two recent cases, divorce cases. I mean, there's a lot of examples, but the two I want to talk about is the Heather Mills case, with McCartney, and the fact that this peg leg got $50 million. $50 million, Tom.
That's right.
And for what? Somebody please tell me, for what? Spreading her one leg and a half? I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know whether she thought she had a leg up on the situation. Personally, I didn't think she had a leg to stand on. But the bottom line is, Tom, $50 million for what? And another case, and more recently, I don't know if you know about the John Cleese from Mighty Python, but he's going through a nasty divorce right now. And the wife was quoted as saying, I'm going to take him for I'm going to take him for all he's got. And it's like, for what? They had no children. She wasn't around while he was busting his ass, becoming who he is, and now she's going to be entitled to half of his fortune.
Which is why he was stupid to get married.
Tommy, you're right. Now, talking about stupidity, I got a friend who's my age, 25, and he comes from a wealthy family. He's going to take over his father's business, which is a multi-million-dollar company. He's going to get married. And I'm like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Please, if you do anything, give Tom a call. Listen to the program. But, you know, she's got it wrapped around her finger. And, I mean, for example, when he brought up a prenup, she freaked. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You see the writing on the wall. Again, I love women, but they force your hand to be this certain type of guy. You know, if all things were equal, then maybe it would be a different story, but it's not. I mean, you know, the fact that these women take you for half of all you got after you bust your ass for it. I mean, like you said, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but it's like a needle in a haystack. I mean, like I said, Tommy, since listening to you, it's bet 'em, spread 'em, and forget 'em.
I love it.
Tom Leykis.
It's the Tom Leykis Show, coming to you from Hollywood, California. Home of the beautiful Hollywood Forever Cemetery. You can be buried in there with all the big names. We also show movies in the summertime. You can sit on top of somebody's grave and watch an old Thin Man film. Very exciting. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. We are talking in this hour, oh boy, about the jilted bride in Georgia who was awarded $150,000 because her fiancé broke off the engagement. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
Great.
Well, I just want to say first, I'm a big fan, and I'm going to get a lot of crap because I'm a woman, but I really want to say that a lot of what you say is true. I think many women really do want guys' money, and I think that sucks because there's a lot of nice guys out there. And, you know, that's the reality of our society, I think. But, and, you know, I'm only 21, but I promised myself I would never get married because I think it's a really messed up system we have. Especially with all the money involved and stuff. But I don't know. I think I just want to ask a question about, like, so what's the solution then? Is it to not get married?
For men, that's the solution, yes.
Yeah, or I had another...
Just say no.
Well, what about, like, if everybody turned gay?
Well, I don't think that would solve anything.
It wouldn't. Why not?
Because gay marriage is legal now.
It is legal, right?
Right, so being gay would not prevent you from getting married or making commitments.
But don't you think if, like, men got with men, you know, they'd be happier because they know what each other...
I'm perfectly happy with women as long as they don't have my ATM card, don't have the key to my front door, don't know anything about my personal life.
Yeah.
That they can spread to other people.
Okay.
I love banging women, and I don't even mind hanging out with women now and then. I just don't want them living at my address.
Okay. All right, I hear you. All right, man. Well, thanks for answering my question.
Thank you. You let these chicks move into your house, and then they know everything about you. Jesus. You buy them things, and then later on they go, that's mine, that's mine. Oh. No one can say that to me now. Kendall on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm great, Kendall.
I'm just laughing. The poor girl before me, she is going to get hit with reality really hard, really soon.
Yes.
I'm calling my husband. I have to apologize to him. I oftentimes want to call you, and he always tells me not to, that it's only, like, the idiots that call, and I'm not with him now. So
oh, okay, so he doesn't know you're calling.
Listening.
Ooh.
He's probably listening, so I'm sorry, honey. I'm 25, and I'm just calling to agree. Like, we talk very openly about how our marriage is a business. How can somebody deny that? Like, it's a good business. Like, before we were married, we didn't file taxes together. Now I am a dependent. Like, everything changes. How can somebody deny that that's a business?
Right. By the same token, that isn't necessarily a benefit, because when you look at the cost-benefit analysis, yes, a wife is an exemption. But how much does it cost to get the exemption? Women are high maintenance in most cases.
Yes.
The amount of money you have to spend on a woman is much more than the amount you get in the exemption.
I know.
So therefore, the net result is you're worse off if you're a guy.
I think it depends on the guy. Like, different guys have their place, like their priorities in different places. Like, you could definitely have it right on. If I was a guy, I agree with you as a woman. I listen. I agree. I completely agree. I know so many women that listen and they get all huffy and puffy. But why are they still listening? Hi, guys. Why are you still listening? Because
they're listening because they know I'm right.
Exactly. Same with me. Like, we enjoy it. We enjoy the discourse. But, you know, but my husband, for example, he's from the Midwest. Like, he grew up with a mom, like, literally, I'm not kidding you, Tom. When I went back to Nebraska, she folded my underwear, like, when she did the laundry. Like, this is what he was raised on. And I think coming to Los Angeles, like me, like, I give him security. Do you know what I mean?
Well, again, if somebody needs their mommy to fold their undies, fold their widow undies.
I know.
Well, maybe they need that kind of thing. I have complete self-esteem, self-respect. If I want someone to fold my undies, there's somebody out there who will come over and do it for me. I pay them and they go away.
Yeah, I certainly don't fold his undies. Like, I've definitely come out on the higher ends of the deal. But, like, our marriage is a business. That's all I was calling to say is it's definitely a business. And it can be a romantic, successful business. Everyone that calls, oh, you're against romance, or you're this, or you're that. It is a business, but it can be fun. It can be successful, and you grow, and you change, and you fail, and whatever. But it is a business, and that's all.
All right, Kendall, thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. John in Portland, Oregon, home of the other white meat. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how are you, father?
I'm okay, son.
All right. Hey, I think it's absurd that chick gets that money, man. That's all right. Where do they get out with this sense of entitlement?
That's the very nature of American women.
You know, that's not right. I mean, they weren't even married or nothing. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand how a judge can do that. Hey, I wanted to tell you, I just DTB'd my wife.
Very nice.
I got to tell you how I did it. It was classic, man.
Do tell.
I took her to work just like I did every day, like nothing was wrong. I went and got a U-Haul. By the time she got off work, that house was empty. I called her up like I was... told her she needed to find another way home. It was classic, and I didn't answer the phone for at least a week.
And did she try to blow your phone up?
Oh, she was not happy. She called me, I don't know how many times I didn't even answer. It was great.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
But, hey, I'll take me out old school?
I'll take you out old school, baby. Here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM. Scott on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, maestro?
Not much.
I just have to issue a warning to the ladies out there, and this is fact. It just isn't me. There's been a study, and it shows that men, we're not afraid of relationships. We're not afraid of commitments. We're afraid of bad relationships. More and more. This is a study that happened in Europe. I actually emailed this to you, Tom. More and more men, they did a study and showed that they're getting scared to get married because of these things. Because the women are taking them to the cleaners over and over again. You women are killing your pool. The pool is shrinking of men because we see what's happening. The more you divorce us and take our money, the less likely we're going to get married. And this is fact.
Well, it's happening. I mean, in the statistics, men are getting married at later and later ages now. I tell guys not to get married till at least 25. The average age now is 28.
I got married at age 30, and I got married to a woman who has the same profession as me, makes the same amount of money. Actually, she makes more money than me. And remember, a lot of women forget, marriage was a business. Even in the old days, you did not marry someone unless that other side, the other family, made as much as you or not. If one side had more to gain than the other, there was no marriage. Both sides had to have something to gain. And somewhere in the mix, it got lost. And this whole romantic thing came in. Granted, people love each other, and that's nice, but down in the weeds, it was a merging of companies, so to speak. You know, like the Montague Capulet thing. They didn't want to meet. But that's how it was, and somehow it changed. So women, really, you might want to check, because your daughters, your little sisters, you're hurting them. Hey, Tom, can you take me out number 9?
Number 9 style. Here you go.
Number 9.
The remorse I feel will always be with me. From those to whom much is given, much is expected.
Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Richard on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Mr. Tom?
Doing great, Richard.
I'm not a listener, but my buddy is a listener of the show, and he told me to call you up. See, I've been thinking about getting married, for the last couple of months, and I bought an engagement ring, and I'm dating, several girls, but 2 girls are like, my
Wait a minute, you're dating several girls, but you bought an engagement ring?
Yeah, well, 2 of the girls are, the girls that I treat good and I spend money on, and so it's going to be...
Why would you buy an engagement ring before you decided on who you're going to marry? Let's start with that.
I feel like getting married, and both these girls, they both want to get married.
And why do you need to be married?
All my buddies, except for that buddy, they're all married. They all go out for weekends and stuff like that.
Yeah, how many of them are miserable?
What's that?
How many of your friends are miserable?
Well, actually, only the one who told me to call you is the one who's miserable. He's divorced, So he told me, before you get married, talk to Tom.
So nobody you know is married and unhappy?
No, well, my buddies, they all got good jobs. They all got houses, they got, their families, they got their kids. So we hang out a lot, go on long weekends, hang out the lake, go camping. Except me, I'll take a girl up there, but I don't got a family. So they all told me that I should get married, settle down, get a family.
And you need that?
I would like to have a couple kids,
But why do you need to get married?
I wouldn't want to have a couple kids with some bride and then she bounces, and then there's going to be some other dude in the picture.
Half of all the people who get married get divorced anyway. And those kids are not living with their fathers in most cases.
Well, as far as like my friends go, everybody's, tied, still with their lady. And
yeah, well, so far. Gotta run. Thanks a lot for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show.